We lost B. Securing Bravo. White plate standing by. Securing B. Napalm strike waiting for your mark. B secure. Dogs waiting.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Will, but what I go by online is weaffy. First off, I want to give you a little background on this gameplay. When I was recording this video, I had just prestiged, so I have a pretty basic class setup. MP5K with rapid fire, secondary ASP with lightweight, sleight of hand, and tac mask. But one thing you're going to notice when you're watching this gameplay is that most of the other team was using 74Us. So a lot of the time, I end up using that weapon when I pick it up off the ground. Okay, now that I got through that, I can get to the main point of this video. Most likely, if you're watching this video, you have no idea who I am, because I'm the newest commentator on YouTube. And that's why I thought I should make my first video a video about how I got into Call of Duty and the whole YouTube community. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about who I am. I'm 16 years old and in high school. I also play a lot of sports, like fencing, baseball, and basketball with my friends, not for the school. I also consider myself to be a pretty good student, getting A's and B's. But what that means is I have to put a lot of time into my school and my sports, which means that Xbox is second to that, and it means I also can't play it as much as I would like to. Or, if you guys like this channel, as much as you guys would like me to. Now, I'm going to make it my goal to put out 1 to 2 videos every week, but I might not be able to stick to that. There's some weeks I might only be able to put 1 video or no videos up. I also like to make my own videos and edit them, so I thought that making YouTube commentaries would be a great match, because I already know a little bit about editing and putting together a video. But now that you guys know who I am as a person, let's get into my history in Call of Duty and the whole YouTube community, because I think it's a pretty interesting story, especially about how I got into my first Call of Duty game. The way I got introduced to Call of Duty is a pretty funny story. None of my friends actually told me anything about it. I was over at my friend's house waiting for him to come back from an errand, and I decided to play a little Xbox because I didn't actually have one at that time, and I thought it would be a fun thing to do while I waited for him to get back. And so, when I went and turned on the Xbox, it just so happened that World of War was already in there, ready to play. And lo and behold, it was love at first sight. Or first play, however you want to say it. And that was before I even tried the multiplayer. I was only playing single player, because I didn't even know that multiplayer existed. And so, the first thing that I did when I got home, was I went and got a new Xbox and World of War to go play on my own time in my own house. I loved that game a lot, and I played it a ton over that summer. In fact, I played it so much that my parents actually took it away a couple times. And to be honest with you, I sucked at that game. I think my KD was 0.3. And to be honest with you, I think that's what made me love the game so much. I had so much to improve and so much to learn. And I wasn't so good that if I didn't meet an internal standard, I'll feel bad about myself or go rage. But eventually, I got tired of that game and wanted to move on to something else. So I went and found Modern Warfare 2. But I still really kind of sucked at the game. So I finally smartened up and decided to go on YouTube to see how people were good at it, what strategies people employed to be good at Call of Duty, and if I could learn them to better myself. Now, right now I'm gonna have to give you the cliche story of how the first commentator that I found was Hutch, and he was also my first subscription. He was great, and I loved him a lot because of his sniping style, which I thought was amazing, because I could hardly use a regular gun, let alone use a sniper. Now, although I found his gameplay and commentary to be very entertaining, I ended up not learning all that much, because I used red guns mostly. and he used a sniper rifle. So all I could learn was how to quick scope and hard scope, drag scope, all those terms for sniping, which at that time I really didn't want to know. All I wanted to know was how to run around and shoot people without dying. And that's what led me on to find CNanners. In fact, I found him through a Hutch video, their first dual com, and he was the answer to all my Call of Duty problems. If you've ever watched a CNanners video, you know he's an absolute beast at the game, and he's not satisfied unless he's going at least 20-0 or 20-1. It's incredible, and I could do nothing of the sort at that time. I still am not that good, but I am a lot better. I used his tips and gameplay to better myself at the game, and by the end of Modern Warfare 2, I could consider myself a pretty solid 1.5 or 2 KD player, even if my stats did not show it. I ended up with stats around 0.8, by the way. However, after watching their videos for so long, just to better myself at the game, I found, like a lot of other people in this hobby, that I had grown a personal connection with these people, with their personalities, and I started to watch their videos just to see what they were talking about in this next commentary, not to actually better myself at the game. Also, through dual comms and shoutouts and other things that these two commentators that I followed had put on their channels, I began to find the whole rest of the community and found my core group of commentators that I would watch every day. And I would watch my sub box eagerly to see if someone had posted a new video that I could watch. It eventually got to the point where I might have even called myself addicted to YouTube. I spent so much time on it that I was starting to miss out on other opportunities and stuff in my real life, and I had to cut back, just like you would cut back on a drug addiction, or like some people have Xbox addictions, like I did with my first summer of Call of Duty. As of right now, I'd say I've cut it back to around 4 or 5 commentators that I watch regularly, and I prioritize them, such as Captain Sparkles is probably one of my favorite commentators, along with Thunder Toro. If one of those two people put up a commentary, you can be sure that I'm going to watch it. Whereas if, say, someone else put up a commentary like Extras per se, I may watch it, but only if I have free time in my day and I don't have something else. Whereas for those other few commentators, I might just drop everything to watch it and then go back, as long as I'm sure that I have enough time to finish what I was working on in the first place. And now, this brings me to the last point I wanted to make in this video. What are my plans for this channel? The first thing I want to talk about is my plans for Call of Duty. I can basically do whatever you want. If you want, just write down in the comments what you want. I can do story time, I can do suggestions/tips, I can analyze some of my gameplay or some gameplay that you sent in. Whatever you want, I can do it. Personally, my plans for this channel was to do some analysis of gameplay and then some story time that I can throw in there. But if you really want suggestions and tips, I can do that, even though T-Mart is already doing stuff like that, and Onslaught and all those other guys. I feel like it wouldn't be as original a thing to do. Also, I have a big plan for Portal 2 when it comes out. I was a huge fan of Portal, the first one. I think it was the first game I ever played on Xbox. That was maybe a year before I got an Xbox 360. And I am planning to do a Let's Play, possibly with a friend in real life. So that's one thing. But I can still take suggestions about what you want from it. Do you want me to do? You want me to play it through first, so I can do a speedish run of it, or do you want me to do my first time through the game, which may take me a lot longer to do, but you'll get to see me think and my deducing of how to beat each level, and whatever you guys want, leave in the comments and I can do that. My last 2 points have to do with the clip that you saw at the beginning of the video, getting dogs with a PSG on jungle. They don't have to do exactly with that clip, but the general idea of sniper rifles and clips at the beginning of videos. Now, my first point is that at the beginning of every video, I would like to have a clip like that. Now, I have a stockpile of enough clips to get me through a few weeks, and I can keep playing the game, and I'll be sure to get at least a couple more clips. But if you guys have any cool clips that you would like to get featured in a video, then just send them in to me at weaffy@gmail.com. I'll put the link in the description, and if they're good, I'll put them at the beginning of one of my videos as soon as I run out of clips. Or if they're better than my clips, then they'll be in before that. Also, I would like to know what your guys' opinions are on a sniping gameplay, or if you want that, or shotguns, or red guns, whatever you want. Also, the game types that you guys would like. You want domination, TDM, or headquarters, or whatever. Just leave in the description, and I'll try to do what you guys want. This video is about wrapping up, and luckily that's all I have to say. So if you liked it, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be sure to have a video out in the next couple of days. This is weaffy, signing out.